Welcome to TV Video Download, brought to you by Media Village. My name is Christian Taylor, and I'm here to share with you a few stories you may have missed, along with a few things you can look forward to. Amid the myriad streaming platforms available and soon to come, Ed Martin mentions how CWTV is retailing their tactics to adjust their alignment with the seemingly ever-growing competition, walking us through how the changes affect their freshman and upcoming series, getting the initial brunt of the benefits from their partnerships with HBO Max and CBS All Access. He goes on to illustrate why the CW, through their site and app CWTV, could be considered one of the first streaming services to take advantage of their digital independence, which, quite soon, may change how you view your favorite shows. Speaking of favorites, it certainly seems Ainsley Andrade may have found another with Facebook Watch's Limetown, starring Jessica Biel as she investigates the disappearance of an entire town in Tennessee. Considering how it began as a podcast, Andrade says the same qualities that made it pop as an auditory experience make it just that much better in the medium it finds itself in now. Providing his perspectives on Biel's performance along with the show's premise and pace, he explores each part of its appeal compared to other dramas. Facing a different kind of drama, Hallmark's Home and Family host Cameron Mathison re-examines his recent battle with cancer in a conversation with Steve Gidlow, where he describes his initial immediate reaction, how he broke the news to his friends and family, and how it influenced him to uplift others with insight about his struggles over social media, since not everyone gets the same support as celebrities during their tough times. However, their surprisingly uplifting talk ended on a positive note as Mathison filled us in on his upcoming Hallmark Channel movie, The Christmas Club, premiering November 26th, a film that, much like his life, focuses on the importance of recognizing signs before it's too late. Considering how most streaming services have been launched, Simon Applebaum has been wondering why Apple seems to not take advantage of their chance to maximize their marketing outreach, promoting Apple TV Plus's premiere. Comparing the lack of obvious strategy to the competitors Disney Plus's many ventures to showcase their value, Applebaum examines why Apple's actions could leave people unaware of the platform, how they can be more proactive in the future, and why it's necessary to ensure customers aren't left in a twilight zone of mystery. Less mysteriously, Barbara Nevin told Steve Gidlow what her recent run performing The Last Word at the Gary Marshall Theater was like, describing how it went from page to stage, before breaking down why building a presence on the boards is a luxury for an actor, and telling us why she thinks the next installment of Christmas in Evergreen, Tidings of Joy, airing on Friday, November 29th at 8 p.m. on Hallmark Channel, might be the best one yet. Another person always outdoing herself is Alibi, who recently released her very first film as a director, I'm a Seduction, which aired through Lifetime. Prior to the premiere, Steve Gidlow spoke with her about taking on the new title, telling us how her taste for the technical side of filmmaking developed, something she compares to motherhood. Thankfully, she's not completely out of the acting chair yet, as she has 2 new films arriving later this year with Lifetime and Hallmark. Devoted Hallmarkies are already in the holiday spirit thanks to the network's annual countdown to Christmas, which brought us Kelly Pickler in The Mistletoe Secret, airing again on November 21st at 10 p.m., marking her 3rd Hallmark movie. Beforehand, the ever-rising actress shared in an exclusive with Steve Gidlow why the message of the film resonates with her, what it was like shooting in Vancouver with Patrick Duffy, and how she still struggles with stage fright, but has plans to confront it later this year. Marking her first Hallmark movie, first executive produced film, and a long-awaited return to acting, the beloved Tamera Housley broke into Hallmarkies' hearts with A Christmas Miracle. Steve Gidlow had a chance to speak with the real host about her comeback, where she describes why being an EP requires a hands-on approach, why she's happy the film had a tonal shift from other Hallmark movies by focusing on a single mother, and she remarks on the possibility of a sister-sister reunion. Balancing his issues and admirations for the CW's Batwoman, played by Ruby Rose, Ainsley Andrade analyzes why certain aspects of her arrival don't feel as original as he'd hoped they'd be. While admittedly liking the show, he can't help but notice what he feels it lacks. Andrade says, "There is a show in there that I really want to watch, and in every episode I see a little more of it." Comparing the CW's Capes Crusader to Christopher Nolan's, he shows us what they have in common, what he wishes they didn't, and why Ruby Rose was the perfect choice to play the iconic character. An icon himself, Patrick Duffy, discusses how he shaped his character in Lifetime's Random Acts of Christmas, which premiered over the weekend and is now available on their site, while forming a relationship with his co-star Kevin McGarry. Sharing a few career highlights, Duffy also recalls what it was like to reunite with Jacqueline Smith, who's one of the reasons he fondly remembers his time on Charlie's Angels, along with why he still feels fortunate to be in the business today. Bringing us direct industry insight, Simon Applebaum gives us details from the first, next, Future Connected Summit put together by companies in the smart home industry, focused around how smart TVs are currently being and will become even more integrated into homes. A panel of executives from Comcast, Warner Media, Fox, Bose, and Google have explained the steps necessary to address underutilized elements offered by smart TVs. From app development and compatibility with other devices to controlling your home with your voice and cultivating a 24-hour cycle of content, they remarked on the potential features that may soon come to fruition. Last, and quite far away from least, Ainsley Andrade introduced us to Disney Plus's The Mandalorian, starring Pedro Pascal, who many know from Game of Thrones. Andrade says The Mandalorian has established itself as a masterclass in how to breathe fresh, new life into an ever-expanding franchise that has existed for over 40 years and look cool as while doing so. Without giving too much away, Ainsley looks at how the visual aesthetic of the first ever live-action Star Wars show grounds the audience, transporting them to the beloved galaxy, while the music composed carries the cadence of the climate futuristic western. He also analyzes why it seems the show benefits from having access to Disney's deep pockets and Jon Favreau at the helm.